All right. I definitely about a beer deep. 2 beers. Um, so, uh, yeah. So where do I want to go from here? Um, I proved that I can show a little image on a website. That's awesome. Let me move this up a little bit. There we go. It's it's fine that I can do that. Um, I think maybe the next step is proving video image upload and having some upload mechanism there. And then silly me was using more AI because it would take forever to ask Reddit. I'd have to wait till tomorrow to even think about this stuff. But we might move some of this off to AWS and see if we can't like host via like an S3 bucket. Now I know a little bit about AWS. I've like worked with EC2 instances, worked with Elastic IP, I've worked with, a few Lambdas, some of those services in the past, but um, not to like this extent. We're not in this capacity because everything in this project's new. Nothing is ever just easy. So, um, I'm probably not doing any of this right, but let's just take it a step at a time. I can kind of correct mistakes. None of this is really serious. Like, God forbid someone gets a hold of my Instagram pictures, or whatever. So I'm not worried about it. But I want to do it in a way that, like, I can learn a little more um, about some of the things I'm doing. So we might scale that out, is my point. But first, maybe we should try and build some sort of um, like upload service, right, on the front end. Um, and we can try to investigate. Like, I think all I need is like an event handler to post um, media, right? To make a post request to my server. So, how do I send media via a post request? That's a horrible. I've gotten like worse at Medium. Oh, this is just like a forum post. Oh, this is very specifically about Postman, which is a good service, but see, like it is JS send image to API. Okay. This is like definitely a domain I'm not an expert in. So, like I keep just reiterating that. So it's kind of interesting. Um, mm, I have a special endpoint for images. It gives you much more power over OK. Somehow it gives you much more power. We have the same REST API for both. Our typical flow is as soon as you select an image, it starts uploading on background. Okay, but how? Like, I'm glad that worked for you. Okay, so this is none of this is implementation, and this is like almost why. There we go. Okay, so That's why I like AI. I don't like AI, but I like it because it'll actually try to answer my question. Again, even if it's wrong, I'm usually able to stumble my way into finding that out. It's not about vibe coding. I hate that. Prompt engineering. I just need information, and I can try to build it out. But, okay. Mm, there's some of that. Alright. Yeah, I mean, like, here's a couple tutorial. Like, that's great. Watch a YouTube video. I'm not watching this YouTube video. I used to do that 10 years ago. I mean, I could. It's just, I'd rather. Thank you. Is this it? I need, like, not forum posts. Gosh. Yes. When was this written? 2020. Yes, I know how fetch kind of works. Yes, I know what promises are. Yes, I know what arrow functions are. Alright, let's back up. Into a blob. So I've heard a lot about JS, or about, like, yeah, blobs, but let's learn a little more about it. Because, like, most of the time I'm working with JSON, you know? Or, well, you don't know. That's just what I am working with. Okay, a blob interface represents a blob, which is a file-like object of immutable raw data. They can be read as text or binary data or converted into a stream. Okay. Blobs can represent data that isn't necessarily in a JavaScript native format. The file interface is based on blob. Okay. To construct a blob from non-blob objects and data, use the blob constructor. To obtain a blob object for a file on the user's file system, see the file documentation. We're getting somewhere. I should have just come to MDN, like, right off the bat. The file interface provides information about files and allows JavaScript and a web page to access their content. File objects are generally retrieved from a file list. Yep, inputs. I built a handler of sorts for intercepting files. For example, if someone, like, dragged and dropped a file onto an input, I was able to intercept information about that file. I did that a month or two ago for work. Anyway, let's see, a file object. Okay, so you get a file list object back from an input event. And then there's fetch. Okay. So it's coming together. So we need a file which is a type of blob, and we're able to send that off in a post body. Interesting. Okay. I mean, that kind of makes sense. Because it wouldn't be JSON. So we need like a kind of input. Um, type equals file. That's what it is. So update upload container. Cool. Then upload. Okay. I mean, should be fine. Uploads. Um, this is not my hosted. Oh, okay. Cool. So presumably I can write some sort of handler for this. So let's just kind of keep adding on to this for now. And then we can split it out if needed. Make them, what are they called? Modules? Or something like that. Um, Here we are. Let's give it an ID. Cool. Oh, what event would be thrown? Does it tell you? We can add accept later. What about event? Oh, okay. Change? Okay. Yeah. Let's see if I can even get that going. Ooh, we target the element, huh? Not the event? Okay. Alright, so let's do this. Oh. Yeah, let's try it. What images do I have? Yeah, let's try that one. Okay, it's not popping off. Um, mm-mm, mm-mm. File uploader. Input type file doesn't throw change event. Hmm. Well, let's see if we can just check if. No, I'm not printing anything. What's going on? Should be getting a hello world. We airing out? Just no. Just out of curiosity. Nah. Oh, that is odd. Um, I mean, at least we got, yeah, it's firing off here, so maybe my server's a little wiggy. It's fine. I guess we can just work off the HTML file if that works. So let's see if the change. Um, yeah, amount of files one. Okay. So how do we actually send that to the server? If we can prove that, that would be cool. All right. So yeah, I know what it promises. We want to convert our image file into a blob so that we can send it via an HTTP request. So that's our file list. Do we need the file reader? Oh, yeah, I guess. Okay. Then let's do that. Let's try that out. It's actually, does that link to, yes. Let's web applications asynchronously read the contents of files stored on the user's computer using file or blob objects. Cool. Okay. So was that read as data URL? What does that do? A URL representing the file's data. Why do we use that? Oh, it says right here too. Okay. All right, well, let's try it out. So, EDA, or in our case, image uploader dot files. I'll just take the first index. Reader dot onload. Been having trouble with those arrow functions for some reason. All right. Onload end. All right, so it's like we're just describing an event. So, right, which is what the article said. Um, but so we're setting the state of the file reader on the onload request. Okay. Okay. Yep. It has a result attribute, which will contain uh, the URL. Okay. What? No. That's not even remotely what I typed. Query image reader dot results. How is it accessing? What would this like? No, it mentions it nowhere else. So what is this dot set state? What is this? The classic JS question. Yeah, we don't have. Okay. Okay. So it's within the context of Java or React. So, how about this? I think the equals null is redundant. Okay. And then let's add our const post equals async. Um, and then let's see, it would be our server URL, and then let's say upload upload image, something like that. That seems like a good path. And then they're adding a body here, so oh, and they're stringifying. Okay, see what that comes out to. That's it. Do stuff with what data? Wouldn't we just make the call and not care? I don't need a response. Not right now. I need something on the server side though. Doing the there we go. App.post. Um, Assuming it's something like that. Yeah. um, I guess I can just. There we go. Give it a go. Image received, undefined. So how do you here, let's actually print out like um it's base 64 encoded. If we look at the network requests, there's our post. I don't know. Does that matter? No, but it'd be nice to have. Okay. All right. Whatever. I don't care too much. Request. No payload for this request. Interesting. Ah, there we go. Huh. Shouldn't I be seeing a request? Here. So why is there no body? Um, yeah, but we use JSON.stringify. Hmm. Oh, let's keep that going. I think it was HTTP server I was using at work, not HTTP server. Dash. No? Oh, sudo. Let's try that. It's giving me issues. It like wouldn't update. It's really frustrating. So it must like cache itself, which might be an issue in this as well. I hope not. Yeah, this is what I'm familiar with. Okay. Yeah, undefined. I bet you if we check out the console here, yeah, So here, hold on. Like, this should just work. I don't need, like, any promise from this, because I'm not returning anything. You can try ditching the A-weight like they were doing in here. Like, they're just calling fetch. Okay. Well, just to make sure this is updating. Yep. Ooh, but that's not. Yeah, maybe it's I need to reboot this. Maybe it's cached. Ugh, there we go. Yeah, it was cached. Yeah. Alright. I don't care about the response. Now, what about our server here? Undefined. Hmm. But that's the stringified data. Um, this is getting ridiculous. Yeah, it's not updating. Another thing I'll probably just need to deal with later. Uh, but no body is making its way out. Oh, God. I'm like, oh, okay. Hold on. Maybe I should read the thing right in front of me. Okay. What was it? It was, yeah. No payload. I don't know. Method post. Mode cores. Body. JSON stringified. What? Hmm. I don't think that's it, but we can try it. Why is this not copying? All right. Am I not allowed to copy specific lines of this? Oh, I'm allowed to copy paste out of Stack Overflow. So annoying. What? Attribution for what? Some generic code? Oh my gosh. This is not like a. It's not like a dissertation or something, you know? Oh, whatever. Hmm. Is it a. No? Because I'm not getting the request here. Well, I might have to debug this a little more. So, I'm going to pause for now and come back.